My name is Jeffrey Zwern, and I'm the president of IDS Research and Development Incorporated. This video is copyrighted. This is a DSC HS 3032 Power Series Pro control panel by Tyco Johnson Controls. All of the remote system keypads are required to connect in parallel to the core bus. All of the zone expansion modules are required to connect in parallel with the core bus. All of the Power G host transceiver modules are required to connect in parallel with the core bus. The core bus starts at the control panel and goes throughout the protected premises, in walls, in attics, in garages, and in basement. Anywhere fire starts and attacks the actual core bus and or data bus on this control panel, it catastrophically and instantaneously shuts the control panel down. No alarm sound in the house. None of the keypads will enunciate, and the central station will not receive any alarm signals. DSC also makes an RF hardwired keypad whereby there is a built-in wireless receiver. To the extent the core bus is impaired, that wireless receiver will not hear any signals attempting to transmit to it. People have been seriously injured and killed as a result of the core bus and or data bus being impaired by fire. This demonstration will perform a burn test on the core bus and prove that the system does not comply with both UL and NFPA 72 standards. The core bus has been impaired. The keypads shut down and are non-functional. The zone expansion module shuts down and is non-functional. The transceiver module shuts down and is non-functional. Again, no alarms within the protected premises, none of the keypads enunciate, and the central station will not receive any alarm signals. This is the DSC HS 3032 by Tyco Johnson Controls. This is the wiring diagram for the control panel. As you can see, all of the keypads and expansion modules must connect to the core bus in parallel. To the extent there is a short on the core bus, the system will instantaneously fail. UL 985 Standard for Safety Household Fire Warning System Units. This is the 6th edition of UL 985, which the DSC control panel represents to comply with. Under section 1.4 it states, these requirements also apply to the use of combination systems, such as a combination fire burglar alarm system control unit, which uses circuit wire common to both systems. When common wiring is used for combination systems, it shall be connected in such a manner that internal fault condition shorts, opens, grounds in the non-fire alarm burglary system circuit wire or faults between the fire and non-fire alarm system circuits will not interfere with the supervision of the fire alarm system or prevent intended alarm signal transmissions. This DSC control panel does not comply with this section of UL 985. Under section 41.3.1.3, it states, short circuit or open circuit single faults in the non-fire equipment or in the wiring between the non-fire equipment and the fire alarm system shall not impede or impair the monitoring for integrity of the fire alarm system, nor impede or impair any fire alarm signal transmissions or operations. Under 41.3.1.4, it states, single ground faults which impede or impair the monitoring for integrity of the fire alarm system or impede or impair any fire alarm supervisory or trouble signal transmissions or operations shall be reported at the household fire alarm system user interface per the requirements of 44.2, whether they occur in the fire alarm equipment, non-fire alarm equipment, or wiring. The term user interface is a remote system keypad. This control panel does not comply with these provisions of UL 985. Tyco put out a general advisory for UL 985 6th edition residential fire approvals. It talks about the products that are certified to the 6th edition of UL 985 and then lists feature changes such as requires access code, silencing trouble beeps, fire and carbon monoxide alarm silencing notification, periodic test transmission interval, randomized test transmission of time, troubles or latching, trouble beep cadence. Nothing in this list provided by Tyco comports with the requirements of all of UL 985, all of the 6th edition of UL 985. Tyco also provided a Power Series Pro Alarm Controller architecture and engineering specifications document for several models, including the HS3032, the HS3128, and HS3248. It talks about that this introduction and system overview reference the regulatory requirements, the model features, the system performance, mechanical, electrical, and environmental specifications. With regards to the core bus, as you can see, the wire between the control panel and the end of the core bus can be run 1,000 feet from the control panel, no more than 3,000 feet, and if you add 4 modules, you can get up to 14,000 feet. So 1,000 feet, 3,000 feet, up to 14,000 feet. Everywhere the core bus wiring is installed throughout the protected premises creates a vulnerability since the control panel does not comply with UL and NFPA 72 standards. Under certification for residential fire applications, including carbon monoxide compliant with UL 985 6th edition, the following guidelines shall be respected. In a combination fire and burglary application, fire alarm detection devices shall not be powered from the same auxiliary output control panel zone expander power supply as burglary alarm initiating devices. Even if you follow this guideline, a short on the core bus will take the entire system down. Power supply wiring for fire alarm detection devices, smoke detection, carbon monoxide detectors shall be connected to the control panel aux output located on the main control panel board assembly. That aux output connects in parallel to the core bus, which is running throughout the protected premises. Again, if fire attacks the core bus or anything connected to the core bus, it will instantly shut down the control unit. This includes burglary alarm devices that require power, and it includes fire alarm devices. Power supply wiring for burglary alarm initiating devices, motion detectors, magnetic contacts, glass break detectors, etc., shall be connected to the compatible power supply modules, aux outputs located on the power supply module board assembly. This control panel should not be installed as it does not comply with UL and NFPA 72 standards.